to go through the questions from Reddit, from the viewers and spectators of the disc golf community. I'm going to start off with the first one I see. Why don't more pros throw mixed bags? I believe that's because most of the top pros are under an exclusive contract which only allows them to throw certain brands or companies. But I believe that a lot of players might be interested in throwing some of the new model disc from the companies that are out these days. But we'll move on since we got a lot of questions to ask. But yeah, got that one. You seem to have a lot of success this year in throwing flex shots with overstable disc. Was this a new strategy this year, or have I just not seen you play enough? I've always thrown a lot of overstable disc just because I feel like you are more trustworthy with knowing the disc is going to the left. So I tend to choose overstable disc just because of that matter. I know what they're going to do. They're very highly predictable. That's why I choose overstable plastic more often than not. You are a very passionate and outspoken competitor, and at times you've been labeled as a hothead. What are your thoughts on why some see you this way, and does it ever get to you? Honestly, I would like to really change my image. Everyone has their opinion of certain actions that they might have seen from me in the past, and I am known to be a very passionate competitor. I have been known to wear my heart on my sleeve, whatever that saying means. They say that about me pretty often. But yeah, I'm just gonna continue to try to change people's views on what they believe, what they see for me. So I'll just try to straighten up my act for the the rest of my disc golf future, and accept that people make mistakes and people make changes in their life. So we'll move on to the next question. Alright, hey Nikko, it's obvious you have impeccable timing on your long distance throws. Can you provide any insight or advice on how to develop that? I would recommend to throw in a field by yourself, learn your discs, and model your throw after some of the top pros, but don't try to throw exactly like them. I believe it's good for you to learn your own technique and timing, but it's good to model some of the top pros that you believe have good timing or good form, but never try to throw exactly like somebody else. Everybody has something that makes them unique, so I believe that more players should find out how to unlock their own unique secrets of their own personal disc golf game. Which tour do you prefer and why? Disc Golf Pro Tour, Disc Golf World Tour, or the PDGA National Tour? I believe that it's a really good advanced progression that's happening right now in the sport of disc golf, with leaders like people that are spearheading the New World Tour, and the guys like Steve Dodge, the UC Maresmas, that are really, making a push for the sport right now, and they're thinking outside the box, and they want to bring more social media and more exposure to the sport. So I'm going to continue to promote the new disc golf tours as well as the National Tour Series. The PDGA is doing a lot of work behind the scenes as well, and it takes a lot of work to run a world-class event, and especially to organize an entire tour and to bring all the spectators out to watch the top pros. We need a lot more people to come out and help promote the sport of disc golf, and post socially and make sure that we expose the sport as a healthy, active living sport. Get people just to come out. Maybe they want to start playing after they witness what professional athletes can do. So we just got to keep making pushes in the sport of disc golf right now, and continue to support these new tours, because change is good and progression is always a great thing. So we'll jump into reading more. Okay. Anybody on your tour have a part of their game you watch and think, man, I wish I could do that? Well, right now there's a lot of impressive players out there in the disc golf world, as you already know. If you're keeping up with the sport right now, there's always going to be new, fresh talent. And I don't always throw the longest shot, or I don't always throw the most accurate shot, but I continue to believe that hard work always pays off. So if you're trying to advance your game to the next level, you're going to have to outwork your opponents, outsmart them, and if you watch at any sport at the top level, it takes a certain amount of wits and strategy to compete in professional sports. So we'll move on to the next one. I hear a lot of pros mention you as one of the most fit players on tour. What do you do in your off season? What do you look like if you have one? What does your workout routine look like? This year, I plan on taking my workout routine to a whole nother level because I believe that there's a true animal inside of me, and I want to unlock the potential that I have. And I'm already 28 years old, so I believe that now is the time for me to work harder than ever, outwork the opponents, and really make a charge next year for the #1 spot on all 3 new tours: the Pro Tour, the National Tour, and the World Tour. I would like to really make a huge step in my workout routine. I work out, and as you can see, I show them I'm pretty fit. I'm some lint in there. Scratch that out. But yeah, I'm like 145 pounds. I do some push-ups, and I do some pull-ups, and I do some running around and some light weights. But I try not to overstress myself, especially not before tournaments. But I think it's good to be confident in your own skin and confident within yourself, and hard work makes you feel confident. So definitely work hard, try to outwork your opponents, and we'll move on. Nikko, you were always the first one on the card to shout, "Go in" for another player's shot, and also the first to congratulate others on their great shots. Who else is very encouraging on tour? Who are your favorite card mates if you had to pick 3? I like playing rounds by myself. If you could only throw 1 disc for the rest of your life, what would it be? If I could only throw 1 disc for the rest of my life, it would be the one that goes in more often. Your favorite disc. My favorite disc is whichever one is working that day. How did you get sponsored by Daredevil Disc? Do you actually throw any Daredevil discs? And if not, why not? Well, I've been throwing a lot more Daredevil discs. I've been working the discs into my bag slowly but surely. I've been in conversations with the owner of the company, and we're helping develop higher-end plastic, because that's what we're looking forward to, is coming out with better plastic that helps market the company so people know that Daredevil has high-quality plastic. So he's recently given me an awesome putter that I putted with for the NorCal Championships, and was quite successful for just putting the disc in my bag. Especially the Bighorn is the newest disc from Daredevil that I've worked into my bag. Feels great. We could be looking at a signature Nikko Locastro Bighorn series. Some other things in the work too. We might even get into Fly Life discs in 2017. A lot of things could develop in the off season. Hi Nikko, I always love seeing you play well because you take some unconventional lines that put your own spin on the game. My question is, why don't you throw more mids? You obviously don't need to because you have great touch with those white discs. Would you suggest this approach to newer players? I suggest going out with 3 discs for newer players. You need a putter, either a mid-range or a fairway driver, and 1 driver. I think a lot of the amateurs that get involved in the sport right now, they're buying way too many discs. They need to go put in good amounts of practice and learn 3 discs first and really know what those 3 discs do, and then you can get multiples of those 3 discs and start learning another set of 3 discs. But really go out there and learn 3 discs. I play a lot of practice rounds with just 3 discs. I don't even bring my disc golf bag because I want to be comfortable with my main lineup of discs. It's nice to have fillers that you can put in the bag that make you more confident in case you're throwing around water or you're not scared to lose because you have backups. But go learn 3 discs, people. Hey Nikko, in recent years you've consistently found yourself in the top 10, but in my eyes, can't always seem to get the W. What's been holding you back, and how do you plan on attacking next season? Good question. Also, despite the flack you may get, you're still one of my favorite and most respected golfers. Bonus question, how was it seeing the 4th round of the USDGC be canceled? You were right in it, and I was really looking forward to watching you battle it out with Germ and Eagle. So this guy hit me with some serious questions here, so we're going to rewind back just a minute. You've consistently found yourself in the top 10, but in my eyes can't always seem to get the W. What's been holding you back? What has been holding me back? I think it's just right here in between my own mind. I need to practice harder, train harder, and be more prepared to win. And I believe that's what is going to help me get to the next level in my game right now, is outwork the opponents, outsmart them, but definitely put in the hours, because nothing comes easily in life, and you always have to work hard for anything you want and anything you believe in. It starts with the belief, and then you have to put in work. You can't just dream of being great. You have to actually put in work to be great. So that's how I'm going to take my own personal game to the next level, and I hope a lot of people get inspired by hearing that, and they choose to work harder in their own game so they can take their personal level of play to the next level. Okay. What has been holding you back, and how do you plan on attacking next season? Work harder. Bonus question. How was it seeing the 4th round of USDGC canceled? I was not happy about the 4th round cancellation, but it's not something that I'm going to dwell on for a long time. You know, I've learned that there's certain things in life that you can't change, so you don't want to waste your energy thinking about things that you can't change. If I would have liked to rewind and go back in history, I would have loved a chance to compete in the last round, in the 4th round of the USDGC, but I'll come back and win it next year. That's my plan, that's my goal, that's what I'm going after. The past is gone, we gotta focus on the future, people, okay? What's next? What was the most painful putt you've ever missed, and which of your aces is your favorite? The most painful putt I've ever missed is I missed a short putt. I'd rather not talk about it, but I probably missed a putt inside 15 feet to win a national tour against Dave Felberg. Let me think where it was. I believe that it was in Pennsylvania, but ask Felberg about it. I'm sure he'll tell you all about it. He remembers stuff like that. I try to forget about missed putts. Okay, so which of your aces is your favorite? I just got asked that question today. I've had some very memorable aces in my disc golf career, but my most memorable ace is probably when I aced on the last hole of a disc golf tournament to force a playoff, where I ended up winning on the playoff hole, and that was in Fountain Hills, Arizona. Then my next favorite ace was my first tournament ace ever, 452 feet, flat ground in the state of Illinois. That was a really special feeling to get the first tournament ace. That was very special in my mind. Have you thought about coming to Australia to play in the end of the year season Australian Championship? Would love to see you in Sydney next month. Guess what? We'll see you guys in Australia. Boy! See you in January. I'm going to the Aussie Open for the Aussies. Okay, what is next? Does it make it financially difficult to travel too far away tournaments without a major sponsor? Life is difficult, okay? We're faced with decisions every single day that could affect your future, but I don't live with many regrets, so I'm living a very special kind of lifestyle right now that many can only dream about. And I put in a lot of work, and I let disc golf consume me in many ways, but I wouldn't change my lifestyle for anything in the world. I've been dealt a very special hand, a unique experience that is hard for anyone to understand how much the sport means to me, the amazing relationships that I've built over the years with people. It's very special, and each day the sport of disc golf means more to me. I get to meet new friends everywhere I go. I get to see friends over and over again, and you know, grow with people over the years. Yeah, I'm 28 years old now, so I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to notice, you know, all my friends are getting a little older, and I feel like it's up to us right now to really take the sport to the next level. We don't need to sit around and wonder when the sport's going to change and keep hoping that eventually there's going to be money for everyone to make a living. We have to be the ones that put disc golf on the map. We have to be the ones that come together as a team. Even though all my friends, you know, a lot of my friends are on different disc golf teams, I believe that we all need to come together and create synergy so people can develop relationships with us. And you know, we need a reality show so people really understand the grind that we're going through to make a living out of professional disc golf, and people can really feel that energy. When you're dealing with heartache, people can see that because other people in life are dealing with heartache. When you're happy, people can relate to that because disc golf makes a lot of people happy out there in the world. It's a special escape from the real world of your daily 9-to-5 job. So disc golf is creating a sanctuary for so many around the world, and I'm pleased just to share that experience with friends that I know now and friends that I'm going to meet in the future. So I rambled on about that, so I don't even know if I answered any questions, but a lot of this, people want to hear me ramble, hopefully. Other than Worlds, USDGC, or any of the majors, are there any other tournaments that you would like to win for the first time or win again? The World Championships is the one tournament that means the most to me right now, because I've had some good runs, I've come close, but that's one that would feel like it would make me it would give me more of a complete feeling in the disc golf world. You know, I've put in a few good runs. I've made the top 4. I've made the finals 3 times, and I've got 1/4, 2/3, I believe, at the World Championships. So I'm looking forward to that one in 2017. I hope to see my name at the top of the leaderboard. And then what other tournaments? I want to win the Green Mountain Championships. They're doing a lot of good things out there in Vermont, and it's one of my most favorite states that I've ever been to. Their disc golf tournament they put on is awesome, one of the best events of the year. So definitely want to win the Green Mountain Championships. European Open, that's another one. They are doing a very... Let me rewind again, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, which tournaments would I like to win in the future? I would really like to win the European Open, because disc golf is on a whole nother level in Europe. They have so many fans and supporters in the European countries, and disc golf is booming over there. When you go to Europe, they treat you like you're a professional athlete. You're signing a lot of autographs, and I see a lot of talented youth over in Europe, in Sweden and Finland. You know, every time I go over there from year to year, there's so many more people playing. So European Open, I'm coming after that one. Who is your least favorite touring pro to play with, and why? And someone asked, is it Germ? I don't really have a least favorite touring pro to play with, honestly. I have a lot of respect for my competitors, whether people want to believe so or not. I love these guys. I love that they're putting their heart and soul into making a living out of the sport of disc golf, and a lot of these players are very driven, like I am, to be a winner, to succeed in life, and we're putting a lot of work in. You know, disc golf, it is work, whether you want to think so or not. It's just a different kind of work. So I don't wake up and sit behind a computer, but you know, today we went out there and competed in a rainstorm, so I definitely, you know, work to make a living out of disc golf, and I don't really have any least favorite players to play with, to be honest. You know, everyone has a bad day, and you know, sometimes people get a little attitude on the disc golf course, but we usually overcome that, you know, and people move on and move forward. Let's go to the next question. Do you eat before or after you play? Do you like to bring snacks during games? If so, what kind of snacks? I like to eat a lot. I'm only 145 pounds, but I probably eat at least 5 complete meals a day. I burn a lot of carbs, and I like to have a lot of snacks in my bag too. You guys should try goji berries. They're great antioxidants. They have great vitamins, but I also take supplements as well. If anybody was wondering, you know, I try to stay as healthy as possible. I drink a lot of water, and I definitely try to snack on health food while I'm playing disc golf. What's next? If you could be any bird, what would you be? Well, a dragon's not really considered a bird, but I would be a dragon if I could be a flying creature. What else? The eagle is very noble. That was fun. We'll move on. Okay. Do you play better when your hair is shorter or longer / afro? I think it makes no difference, but people think I play better with long hair. So right now I'm growing it out right here. It's kind of a little crazy to do right now, but I'm letting it go. Keeping it savage. I'm keeping it very primitive, very primal. So short hair, long hair, don't care, don't matter. People have opinions, so what? Do you like gateway discs versus what else you have thrown? Also, what do you do in the off-season other job? I imagine you can't make it off just disc golf. Well, guess what? I do make it off just disc golf. You know, I'm on the hustle though. I sell discs in my spare time, and I've been launching my own brand, Fly Life Disc Golf, for quite a long time now, and it's been a challenge to start my first disc golf brand, but I'm very optimistic. I have a very clear vision on what I want to do with the sport of disc golf and how I want to brand Fly Life Disc Golf as a disc golf lifestyle brand. I believe that our sport brings a very special, unique gathering of people that celebrate the culture of the disc, and the community that we bring in is very special, and I appreciate the community that I'm involved in right now. There's just so many great people. I met new friends this weekend, and I'll meet new friends next time I play disc golf. It's a friendly sport, so get out there, tell your friends, bring your relatives out. Let's blow the top off the sport of disc golf. Nikko, have you ever considered doing a hair bet with some other pros? Loser gets a buzz cut. We're not buzzing anybody's hair, and no one's cutting my hair especially, so we'll skip that question. I don't do any side bets. I only bet on disc golf because I like making winning bets, okay? I'm not a gambler. I don't play little card games, Texas Hold'em and stuff. Yeah, it's fun for other people, but I don't like losing money, all right? We'll move on. Nikko, what is one competitor that when you play with them, it makes you want to play better or feel as if I really got to step up my game when I play with them? Also, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? In 5 to 10 years, I see myself a happy old 38-year-old man. Okay? 28 now, 10 years. I want to have my own disc golf course where I can invite my friends out, I can run leagues, and maybe do a pay-to-play course on my own piece of property one day. I want my own sanctuary. Okay, so that's what I'm looking forward to in the next 5 or 10 years, is making a comfortable living off the sport that I love, inspiring others to play disc golf, also taking disc golf to foreign countries. Okay, what else? Alright. What is the most beautiful course you have ever played? The most beautiful course I've ever played could be in the Nasu Highlands of Japan. It's an amazing country, and the disc golf that they allow us to play on a golf course out there, it's just beautiful. Very epic scenery. The hills are up and down. You get to look over mountainscapes. I also really like Vermont, though. The Green Mountain Championships, again, that tournament's going to keep getting bigger and better over the years, and the courses that they're putting together out there, beautiful. I've seen a 360 drive executed exactly 3 times in tournaments, once by Simon, twice by you. As someone you can actually throw it, and someone you can actually teach throwing form, can you break down the biomechanics of a successful 360? No, I can't break down the biomechanics of doing a 360. You're going to have to go to a field, watch some videos and practice your own 360. I can't give you a speech on how to throw a 360 that's going to make you throw a better one. You got to put in work. You got to go there. You got to start doing this 360 and start ripping them. You might be able to throw over this lake if you practice enough 360s. Probably not. It's like 900 feet, but you can try. All right, what's next? Okay, this guy's got some good questions. I want to try to answer some of them. Getting tired. It's been a long day. Who would be on your dream card? Did you have a mentor coming up? Well, my biggest mentor growing up would be my uncle David McCormick. He's the one that got me into the sport, and I'm always going to appreciate him and love him for that. You know, he was a touring pro back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and, you know, he knows a lot about the sport. He has a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge, and now he's opened a successful disc golf company, so I admire his work ethic. That's one thing that he's taught me in life, is you have to work hard for what you believe in, and you have to work hard to be great at anything. So anytime I was down or anytime that I needed advice, my uncle David McCormick's always been there for me. He's a great man. He helped raise me and helped bring me into the disc golf world. So I'm always going to respect my Uncle Mac. Okay, what's one part of your game everyone should focus on? What's one part of the game everyone should focus on? You guys want to know the most important shot in disc golf? Would you guys like to know? Okay. It's the next one. That's the most important shot every time, is your next throw. You have to forget about the past. But for now, I have to go do something. We'll be back, okay?